In Matthew 25:14-30, Jesus reveals a sobering truth through the parable of the slaves entrusted with silver. The kingdom of heaven is entrusted only to his disciples, those whom he calls his own, those who are expected to multiply what he has given. Each slave received silver according to his ability, symbolizing the unique spiritual gifts, grace, and measure of faith God bestows upon every true disciple. Romans 12:3-8. The faithful slaves responded immediately, investing what was entrusted to them and doubling the master's wealth. Upon his return, the master praised them as good and faithful servants, appointing them over greater things and welcoming them into his joy. Matthew 25:21-23. But the slave who buried his silver in fear and spiritual passivity was judged as wicked and lazy, cast into outer darkness with weeping and gnashing of teeth. Matthew 25:26-30. This parable was not given to the crowds. It was directed to the disciples of Jesus. Matthew 25:14. It is they who are entrusted with the gospel, with the mission to make disciples of all nations, to baptize and teach obedience to all Christ's commands. Matthew 28:18-20. And only those who truly love Jesus obey his word. John 14:21-23. Deny themselves, take up their cross, and follow him. Matthew 16:24-25 can be called his disciples. Only those who sincerely love God, faithfully obey Jesus' commands, and do the will of the Father with all their heart and soul will be entrusted with the Master's silver. They are the true disciples, called to labor with the gifts they've been given, to grow in grace and knowledge, 2 Peter 3:18, and to be found faithful when the Master returns. To neglect this calling is to invite judgment. To obey is to share in the joy of the King.